What is up, everyone? Welcome to Raven's Nest Entertainment. I am Paper Zombie, your host for this session. And how long has it been indeed since we've been to camp? I think it's been a very, very long time. Very long time. So long I can't even remember the last time we were there. So I figured that this is actually something I wanted to do last Friday. Because last Friday was the 13th, and it was the last Friday the 13th of the year. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do that, so here we are. We're doing it today, so damn it, let's get to it. But what we're going to be doing today is something that I didn't do when I was playing the game fluently, or religiously, I should say. I never did the offline content, which is the cinematic story, so to speak, when it comes to this game. So that cinematic story is loaded in offline play. Now, you guys would always see me do the offline bots, but you never saw me do the challenges and the virtual cabin. This is where the cinematic story lies, especially in the challenges. The challenges are all the cinematic story. Welcome to the chat, Crow. Glad to see ya. Jason says hi. So, this is where the cinematic story is in challenges. It's also in virtual cabin as well. So, that's what we're going to be experiencing tonight. And since it's been a long time since I played this game, before we jump into challenges, we're going to go into offline bots. So, what we're going to get into right now is the virtual cabin. So, let's jump into it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the virtual cabin. As you can see, I've got two friends up there. That's Bugsy, and I believe that's Chad. Now, way back in the day, the virtual cabin was the place where, essentially, this was just a regular looking cabin, and you could come and you could learn the history of Friday the 13th. It was actually really neat. So this is the first time that I've been in the thing. Interesting. I hear evil music. Now, this is the first time I've been in the thing since they revamped it and turned it into this version. So in this, what we're supposed to do is just kind of move around, investigate, and learn some things. So, first things first. If I remember correctly, what's in my way? There's nothing in my way. Okay, crap. Alright, it's just joystick. Switching joysticks. This joystick has the crappy version. I hope Jason doesn't show up, because if Jason shows up, Jason is going to just love tap me all in my grill, and we don't want that. So, before Jason couldn't show up, Jason didn't show up until later. So, pretty much, let's learn some history, shall we? Counselor database, change date, reset virtual cabin, check for updates. So pretty much how this works is that this goes in, I think they call them, like, it's way expanded than what it used to be. So the only thing that I know to start with is check for updates. So we're going to start with that. Counselor database first. Oh wow, so it's pretty much just everybody. These are all the counselors. Camp Facer? Who the hell is Camp Facer? Brad Powell Cotman. Year at camp 1985. Message. Father of Bridget Brinson and Kellen Cotman, husband of Rachel Cotman, brother of Brenton Cotman, and Blake Wilkinson. Okay, so... Oh, wow. So, like, you can actually read bios in this. So, do you guys actually want me to read all the bios? I'll just kind of go through them real fast. We'll start with this guy. Message. Hi, I'm Counselor Matt Moran, and I'm going to make your stay here as enjoyable as much as I can. We have water sports, hiking, and camp building, but please, after dark, never, ever, ever leave your cabin, no matter how tempting, how fun it may be. Many of the folk have wandered. I think that's supposed to be wandered. Have wandered. Many of the folk have wandered. I know, huh? That does seem kind of nasty. Now, especially because we're talking about Friday the 13th here. All right. Have wandered into the woods and have never returned. Hope you enjoy your stay at Camp Crystal. Year at camp 1980, August 1st, 1987. All right. And then this is Derek. Derek writes down D-Rock. Message weird. Word. Message is word. Okay. So that's who that is. Joe William Hine. Joey. Message, hey. Okay, that's him. Rick Webster. Life can only be understood backwards, but must be lived forward. Nicholas Robert Swain. Nick, 1987. Message. Welcome, campers, and let's make this another great summer. See you all around. They gotta die. We can't do this. We cannot have this. You children will not be sharing any TT water with anyone anymore. Mother does not condone that, and Mother is not going to have you pissing all over her campsite. Not tonight. Blitz. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, have you seen the movies? Philip Wicker. Nickname You with the Face. Props to my parents, Chris and Bill, for landing me this sweet camp gig. Can't wait to spend summer with my girl, Steph. Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake, where the food is great and the archery is greater. We are here to teach you team building skills, so come on down and enjoy the fun and sun. This is Nick Aaron Monahan, the stick. No wire hangers. Mama is serious. And that's Mommy Dearest. She's a very special lady. Sea Dog. Hey everybody, it's Sea Dog. Welcome. Are you ready to have some fun? Let's have fun. Make sure to find your buddy and ask for help if it's your first time here. But what if your buddy went out after dark when they weren't supposed to? Is that bad? I think that's bad. Okay, we got a lot of people. So, as much as I'd like to go through all these damn people. Wow, look at all these people. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Let's check for some updates. Yeah. What's the password? It's asking me for a password, but I didn't see anything that said about anything about a password. What if your buddy is Chuck? Right? Let's go search around and see. Well, let me look. Maybe there's a change date. Okay, no. Reset, no. Okay, so then I'll have to find out what we put there. Release dates. Out of the first 10 films, every Friday the 13th movie has been released on a Friday, but only 4 have been released on a Friday the 13th. Twisted Secrets revealed Location Scout, 13th, Friday 13th. Okay. Okay, that's the information. Okay, and that's to walk away. Alright, that's something I can look at. A depiction of the final scene set at the Voorhees house. Oh wow. This is from Jason Goes to Hell. This is kind of neat. And that really is, that's the scene that's out front where Jason has come through the window. Huh. And is chasing the peep. Oh wow, they really went all out. That's kind of neat. Unfortunately, I can't really do too much with that. Allie. The role of Allie, a tough member of a local biker gang, was played by an actor named, appropriately enough, Nick Savage. It's a rough movie for Ollie. His bike is damaged, his friends are killed, and he gets his arm chopped off before being hatcheted to death. In an alternate ending, he survives, but that footage, like Ollie himself, was cuts. You know, he actually kind of would. I'm surprised they haven't put Chucky in there yet. There's our small man. That's small man. That small man right there. That's him. All right. That's the information. Can I take this? No, I guess not. Jason. This is Jason Voorhees. He's a killer. I'll try to tell you. That's it. Don't get me acting stupid now. Okay. All right. Okay. Jason. After the... I cannot speak. Hold on. Let me reload my speech program. Damn. Donde está, por favor? I'm back. All right. After the success of the first movie, Frank Mancuso Sr., the CEO of Paramount Pictures, wanted to make the franchise into a serial, with each movie having a different story. It was reportedly Phil Scuderi, Steve Manasane, these last names, dude, Manasane, and Bob Barsamian, who insisted that the sequel have Jason Voorhees. Okay, so they were gonna do this like Halloween, but those guys are like, it's gotta have Jason. And thus, so has every other film. Jessica, this is one of the Voorhees. Voorhees is Ease. This is the Voorhees daughter. Director Adam Marcus wanted to turn the series back to themes of family. The character of Jessica Kimball is the daughter of Diana Kimball, who was the half-sister of Jason Voorhees. Alright, so we got them. Neato. Ooh, there's a CB.
Okay, so did you want to do an intro? Hello. Welcome to the Virtual Cabin. I'm Chuck Brengard, CEO of Ilphonic, and we are the developers behind Friday the 13th, the game, which you are currently playing now.
Is there anything you want to say to the fans?
Sure. I just want to say thanks for playing and supporting the game. Our fan base has been incredible. This project has exceeded even our wildest dreams, and that's because of all your continued and amazing support.
So where are we?
So this is the Virtual Cabin. 2.0 to be exact. The virtual cabin was a way for our backers to check out new art assets and discover a few hidden Easter eggs as we were building the game. It was a really engaging way to show a sneak peek at what we were developing.
So, why bring it back?
A ton of work went into researching the Friday the 13th films for the game, and we wanted to present a fun way to go behind the scenes and learn more about how the movies in the game were made. Consider this as an expanded virtual museum, a space where you can explore the lore of Friday the 13th and take it all in. Who knows? There might even be a few new Easter eggs to discover. If you go digging deep enough. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to sound so ominous.
Magnificent. So that tells you pretty much what this used to be and what it is now. So bam, introduction. Magnificent. That's cool. This tells these draws or this shirt was used in Friday the 13th Part 1. After Jason got through murdering somebody, he dropped this shirt. You look uncomfortable. Eric J.R. LaChappa. As part of the Kickstarter campaign, certain high-tier backers could get their likeliness included in the game. One such generous backer was Eric J.R. LaChappa. LaChappa's best two stats are Repair 1010 and Stealth 8 to 10. So, backers, this was another little perk that they got. They actually got to have their likeliness put into the game. Like, it was a neat little thing. Like, the whole backing for this, like, this game has a pretty neat little legacy, and we're learning all about it now. Unfortunately, what's happening this month is that the servers, the dedicated servers, are being shut down. So that means that all the games are going to go back to being on a peer-to-peer connection, which means that if, say for instance, it means that another person is hosting the match. So if they have a bad internet connection, then it's going to be a lag in, it's going to be a bad match. And then if that person leaves the match, then that kills the match for everyone. Like, you have to go and you have to go to another lobby. So yeah, he does look disappointed. He looks sad. So that's one of the other reasons why I wanted to play this, just, you know, to give a final nod to the game. You know, this game, I had some good times playing this game. You know, we had some good Friday nights. This used to be a staple here. This game right here, Friday night, you always knew what was going on. We was going to camp, baby. I know, huh? Damn, they didn't get my likeliness at all. I'm all cross-eyed. I don't wear no damn glasses. Writing. The script for Jason Goes to Hell is exceptional in that not a single teenager was called for in the script. That's true. That's true. There are no teen characters in Jason Goes to Hell, with the possible exception of 2. And they're just in the movie just for a hot second. Just so that they could have 2 people doing it, so that 2 people could get killed doing it. That was literally it. Like, that scene serves no other purpose. Yeah, they messed that up big time. Inferno Lake contents. Friday the 13th is more than a movie franchise. There is also a television series, a comic book miniseries, and 4 novels to date. Yeah, there's a television series that doesn't have a damn thing to do with Friday the 13th. Actually, it has more to do with the original concept of Friday the 13th being an anthology. Unfortunately, none of the television episodes of the television series, they never had Jason in it. And I kept waiting for it to happen. Never happened. Never happened. It was such a disappointment. It was on in the 80s. I think Sci-Fi still reruns it every great now and then. Yes. They may understand. You know, we're in pandemic times now. She might get jacked for that cough drop. Okay, Inferno Lake. Death penalty. Stairway from Hell. The J-Cons. Kill killers. Okay, let's keep all that in mind. Ah, flames. The most requested playable Jason was director Adam Marcus and actor Kane Hodder's version of Jason Goes to Hell. This is ironic given how little screen time the movie gives to the corporeal Jason. Yeah, that's true. He does walk around in a lot of other bodies in that movie. It's only at the very beginning and then again like in the last 30 minutes of the film that he's actually in his physical body. It's kind of funny. Okay, I can't touch the mask. I want to touch the mask. Up, there's that car. How many times have we escaped in that car? Doesn't that bring back some memories? Man, even got ran over by that car a couple of times. Oh, punks. So yeah, pretty much support for the game is gonna go down to just being like a minimal thing, and you know, I would play some online matches, but goodness, the online for this game has gone to hell since I stopped playing. The music of the films. Composer Harry Manfredini has scored 8 Friday films. Some of his older music was reused in Part 7 as well, but it was his first score for the original movie that set the tone for the rest of the series. In an interview, Manfredini described how that score took on a life of its own. The music became a character in that film. It was really minimal. There were really only 2 chords in the score. There was a sameness to that score. There was never any melody. No, there is no melody to it. It's all just like a bunch of stuff. It almost sounds like ran together, but it works. Let's write that down. Crystal Lake Police Department. 555 0618. Right on. So that's their phone number. So that's the number we were always dialing on the phone. Nothing to do list. Nothing. Check. Sale. The sale for the Jason Voorhees hamburgers from Jason Goes to Hell. That's hilarious. I get the feeling that's not supposed to be missing, but okay. It is little after 10 o'clock. These must be people who help make the game, because one of these pictures does not fit with all the others. Yep, as stated. Wait, there we go. Tiffany Cox and Kenny Rydell. The Spring Break 1984 Clothing Pack DLC introduced skimpy swimsuits and a new challenge for the art team at Ilphonic. In an interview, art director Cole Gray stated, "We hadn't built the system originally for customization of swimsuits. We've had to overhaul how the characters function fundamentally. It has to do with a much larger scope of work that involves a gore system. So we have to have a bunch of new clothes that work with the way our characters pop. Our characters are essentially crash test dummies. They have to break apart at certain locations. It was a bit of a challenge." So yep, that's how they got swimsuits in this game. You need a key. Home is where the heart is. This picture right here. Hey, is your body ready? My body's ready. So we have a puppy. That's Lassie. Lassie! Meanwhile, she is standing here staring at us like, you know what? If you don't quit looking at me, I'm going to come through this picture and just whoop your ass right now. So we're going to quit looking at her. Hi, guys. How are you doing? Awesome. I don't even need to say anything about him. The look says it all. What the hell? Everything is like locked in position. Can we push her in? Jenny Myers. The character of Jenny Myers, known as the girl next door, is voiced by the talented Christina Klebb. Unlike her character, Christina is a bit of a traveler, born in New York. Klebb spent her formative years in Germany, France, and Italy. Ah, right. Jason goes floor. Horf. Horgorforf. Fair enough. And up. What's this? Red bandana. In Friday lore, Steve Christie is the entrepreneurial son of David and Louise Christie, who owned Camp Crystal Lake at the time of Jason's drowning. Steve takes it upon himself to renovate the camp and reopen it. By fixing the camp, he draws the murderous ire of the killer, still reeling from Jason's death. Who knows? If it hadn't been for Steve, perhaps Camp Blood would have remained dormant, and the world would have been robbed of one of its greatest fictional villains. So that's the backstory. Don't ask me how a bandana brings that forward, but yeah. This mirror does not reflect. All right. Food. Food was used in Friday the 13th. The cast got hungry, and so did Jason. Liquor. Wine bottle. After hooking up with Tina, Crispin Glover's character Jimmy goes downstairs for a celebratory bottle of wine. Not having the means to open the bottle, he calls out for a corkscrew. Jason obliges by slamming it into his hand before hacking him in the face with a meat cleaver. You should be more careful what you wish for in a Friday film. Oh yeah, especially when Jason hears you. And so, oh, you need a corkscrew? Here it is. Let me give you a hand with that. Oh, and before you go, take this meat cleaver on upstairs and put it back in the cabinet for me. I'd appreciate it. Love you. Okay, nothing special here. Shelly and his ma. Keck, I see what they did there. Larry Zerner played the role of fan favorite Shelly in Friday the 13th Part 3. In the movie, Vera, played by Catherine Parks, is on the docks of Crystal Lake when she finds Shelly's wallet. Inside is a picture of Larry and his actual mother. Startled by noise, Vera drops the wallet into the muddy waters. Upon fishing it out, she is confronted with Jason wielding a harpoon gun. Ooh. Fans know the rest of the story. Yes, we do. That was a nasty little murder. What they might not know is that after filming, Larry gave the washed out photo to his mother, who put it on her fridge as a memento. It stayed there for 30 years before it was scanned and put into this very game. Ah, actual picture. Me and Mom, 8/13/82. Let's make a note of that date, because that thing did say something about a date. That wouldn't be there unless we could use that. 8/13/82. So remember that. Dishes. Cabinet. Newspaper. Newspaper. The mythos of Jason lies somewhere between the natural and the supernatural. He is a man who can be cut and killed, but he is also a boy who survived drowning. Okay, so now they're saying he survived drowning. He wasn't supposed... You can't survive drowning. Listen to that. How do you survive drowning? Damn it. Yeah, I remember when the 80s were modern. I remember when the 80s were all that, man. I remember being there. That was the era I was in such a hurry to grow up into. You can get this era right here back. Like, if this was something I bought at the store, I would take this mess back and ask for a refund. Give me all my damn money. This is bogus. But back to what it says. The mythos of Jason lies somewhere between the natural and supernatural. He is a man who can be cut and killed, but is also a boy who survived drowning. In one telling, his immortal dark heart switches hosts. In another, he is a woundable adversary. Like a good campfire story, the definitive truth is always just out of reach. And sometimes the mess makes no sense, like surviving drowning. You don't survive drowning. How do I flip this? There we go. Word guess. Week 2. Cured meat and famous counselor. Bacon? I don't know. Microwave. Nuked ideas. Yeah, I was stabbed to death, but I got better. You know, I just walked it off. That's all I did. I just needed to go walk it off, and everything was okay after that. Like, I was able to, I was able to go out and play basketball. You know, we can get in a boat. Like, we could do all that stuff, just like how you see on those crazy commercials before they mention all the bad side effects that are worse than the effect that you actually have. In a roundtable about Friday the 13th series, special effects master Tom Savini described his initial idea for Jason's death in part 4. I thought that young Tommy, who was an effects kid and inventor, would take a microwave oven apart and put a reflector on the shooter. With the variable setting of 1 to 10, on 1 it would melt the toy soldier. My idea was to stick that in Jason's head and cook his head, oh wow, from within and make it explode. So I had to sell that to the money guys. I called him, and what he said was no, no, no. The Friday the 13th formula is killing naked teenagers in the woods with household implements. I'm thinking this is a household implement. He's like, I'm thinking this is a household implement. Like, damn it. That would have been neat. That would have been, but he got an attitude. It's about naked teenagers in the woods with household implements. It's like, dude, it's a microwave. What do you expect? Cremation. Is it a carnation? Cremation. Malted milk. Don't drink that. Do not drink that. That is not malted milk. That is malted people. Hey, dear. Knife. Jason's stabby weapon. Pot. Stockpot. One particularly colorful character in part 5 was the foul-mouthed Ethel Hubbard. Yes, she was. She's hilarious. Her and her son. Played by Carol Locatell. In many ways, Ethel was the foil to Pamela Voorhees. Both were cooks, both had special sons, and both had a great set of hair. In Ethel's case, it was a wig that Locatell had from a movie she was in. Burt Reynolds called Sharky's Machine. Okay, there we go. I thought I knew. There is nothing in this pot. Jason Smokey weapon. Right? Deborah Kim. Friday the 13th, the game features a wide range of voice-over talent. The counselor Deborah Kim is voiced by veteran Christina V., who has helped voice many popular animated and film projects. Magnificent. Junk. Cabinet. Things. Or cans. Alright, I think we got everything that we could get in here. Bugsy Wilson and Chad Kensington. Since the inception of the project, the developers knew that the Friday the 13th experience had to be multiplayer to capture the magic of the movies. The multiplayer experience is what got us the license, and said co-creator Ronnie Hobbs. Sean S. Cunningham saw our game, saw that it was multiplayer, and it could essentially play out like a film. They had been wanting to make a Friday the 13th game for a long time too, but all they were ever pitched was a single-player game. Well, yeah, that's what all the other ones had been. Interesting. The different masks. One is missing. It's down there in the fireplace. I couldn't get it. Mask display. A collection of masks that Jason wore from the Friday the 13th series. No. 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. Because he didn't wear it. Of course, we all know it wasn't him in the first one. And then he didn't wear a hockey mask in the second film. Wasn't until the third film that he picked up the hockey mask. He wore a bag over his head originally. Hence, Baghead Jason. Newton Super Flea Market. Call to win a free cruise, okay? Welcome to Forest Green County. Next 4 exits. Yep, that's what they tried to rename the campsite to. Coming soon. Use other door. Chamber of Horrors, keep out, this means you. Limited edition 09. Let me press the button. Ooh. Bad things happened here. Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake location. No 2 Friday the 13ths have filmed Crystal Lake at the same lake. Like, actually, Crystal Lake is like 13 different lakes. All the different items and weapons. Pocket knife. Very handy to have around. The MPAA Ratings Board, Motion Picture Association of America, and the Friday the 13th franchise has long had a cat and mouse relationship. Director John Carl Buechler has publicly vented his frustration with the amount of footage that had to be cut to attain an R rating. For Buechler, the gore had a purpose, comparing the removal of it to be like telling a joke without a punchline. Yep, these movies were gory for their time. Like, nowadays, people would look at these and be like, shh, this ain't nothing, man. Shut up. But back in the day, this movie was a big deal for its gore. Firecrackers. Elphonic and Gun Media found the player feedback from beta build to be invaluable toward balancing the game. According to developer Ronnie Hobbs, one item that required adjustment was the firecrackers. If you played the beta, you'd know that the firecrackers used to be the least useful item in the game. They were designed to be a deterrent to fool Jason. You could throw something down, and if he was using sense, he would see sound pings, and you could run the other way. Firecrackers can stun him now. Yeah, because you would still be putting sound pings out, so he would be able to tell it was where you really went, essentially. Yeah, they were kind of useless at first. Pig Splitter. Like the movie that preceded it, Friday the 13th, the game, has had its own problems with censors. Germany's rating board, the USK, found the game so violent that they rejected the game at launch. Wow. So we put some antiseptic spray on it. After menacing the crew of the Grendel, Jason is shot to death by android KM-14. With half a body and half a head, Jason falls onto the nanomed bay that super heals the killer. That super heals the killer. Like some of these words that they're like, that super heals the killer. With future technology, Jason is reborn as Uber Jason. Same bloodthirst, but deadlier, nearly indestructible, and with limited movement for actor Kane Hodder. The full body suit looked sharp, but had a limited range of motion on account of all the metallic pieces. And unfortunately, he was prepared for the game, but was not put in before all the legal issues happened. They still could have put him in though, because he was ready, but damn it, they didn't. Spray paint. In the climactic fight of part 6, Jason pulls Tommy down to the bottom of Crystal Lake. Underwater, there is a metal sign for Camp Crystal Lake with the word blood spray painted over Crystal Lake. It is a homage to the title of the original Friday the 13th screenplay, A Long Night at Camp Blood. Ah. Ross. Okay. During the sequence where Jason chases Rennie and Sean in the subway car, two spray-painted slogans are clearly visible. Jason lives and Quayton lives. The first is the tagline of the 6th installment, and the second is a shout out to the band that director Rob Hedden was in as a youth. Ah, okay. Painting just like magic. Hot. Okay. Spear. Many kills in this game take their inspiration from and origin from the movies. Yes, they do. The kill where Jason spears a counselor in the face, for example, is a reference to the VW bug scene with Nancy McLaughlin in part 6. Ah. So now we know that. Let's see. All right, just making sure that everything is running according to plan. All right, cool. Let's get back to this. Jump scare. The iconic stinger in part 1, where boy Jason springs from the lake, helped spawn a franchise. According to special effects legend Tom Savini, the origin of the scene started as a conversation he had with director Sean Cunningham. Savini had just seen Carrie and had been impressed with the stinger at the end. He suggested that once the killer had died and the audience was relaxed, boy Jason should jump out of the lake and attack Alice. Cunningham agreed, and the legend was born. Interesting. Tom Savini, whose guidance helped shape the kills in Friday the 13th movies, as well as Friday the 13th the game, always anchored his special effects in the real world. It can't be preposterous, says Savini in an interview, because you wouldn't believe it. And while the realness of practical effects come at a cost to time, resources, and ingenuity, for Savini, it was always worth it. Did I scare you? That's what I do. Yeah, I like practical effects too. Bat. Kane Hodder did the motion capture for Jason's kills. He is known for his intensity and dedication to his craft. For some of the weapon kills, the mocap team created a dummy for Hodder to physically hit with rubber bats. According to developer Ronnie Hobbs, a problem quickly arose. That dummy didn't last a week. Every morning, the prop people would be duct taping it back together because Kane would just beat the shit out of it. He's Jason. You gotta have some passion in it. Passion. Knife. Throughout his career, Tom Savini has been called many things, perhaps most adoringly, the Sultan of Splatter. Developer Ronnie Hobbs gave the rationale for the adulation this way. People always say there's a million ways you can slice a throat, but only one right way, and that's Savini's way. Trap. It's a trap. The novel Friday the 13th, Hate, Kill, Repeat, sets the stage for the FBI sting that occurs at the beginning of Part 9. In the epilogue of the novel, the FBI have discovered that Jason does in fact exist and goes about setting a trap to send him straight to hell. So there's that. That's the Jason Goes to Hell trap. And the radio. Radio call to Tommy Jarvis. Throughout the series, Harry Manfredini's iconic Ki 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 Ma 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 has been used to underscore Jason's presence. In Part 5, this sonic moniker is subverted. Tommy Jarvis, driven mad by hallucinations of Jason, rises from his hospital bed as the voiceover whispers, Ki 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 Ta Ta Ta. As he opens the drawers to see the hockey mask waiting for him, Ki is for kill and Ta for Tommy. So there you go. All the masks. Wheelbarrow. Tommy Jarvis's desk. The role of Tommy Jarvis is one of the few reoccurring protagonists in the series, showing up in 3 movies, albeit played by 3 different actors. Young Tommy Jarvis's interest in masks serves as a homage to Tom Savini. Magnificent. Murder strikes cafe. Cafe owner and wife found slain. Friday the 13th Part 3 is the first movie in the series to break the date implied in the title. The film picks up the day after the events of Part 2, making it Saturday the 14th. And while there are a few scenes on Saturday, the majority of the film takes place on the following day, Sunday the 15th. So there you go. I was going to say, one of them doesn't even take place on a Friday the 13th. But it says is the first movie. Jason is dead. 2 for 1 burger sale. Summer camp. This is how the game started. Slasher Volume 1, Summer Camp. Even before they had the license, the developers at Gun Media intended to write a love letter to the Friday series, and knew they needed the legends to do it. Speaking of their early days, co-creator Ronnie Hobbs didn't mince words. Our goal all along for Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp was to get Tom Savini, Kane Hodder, and Harry Manfredini. We knew that we needed those guys on board. We couldn't do it ourselves. Forest Green, quiet, tranquil, a nice place to camp. But when the sun goes down, something stalks the forest. On a warm June night in 1984, a group of teen counselors are about to have the night of their lives. What starts out as the ultimate lakeside party will soon turn into a Friday night they'll never forget. Lurking in the woods is a crazed madman who will stop at nothing to end their lives. They will try to run, they will try to hide, but their screams will give them away. The best they can hope for is a quick, painful death. Unfortunately for them, the killer shows no mercy and instead delights in their pain and suffering. No one is safe. No one will survive. At summer camp, Your sleeping bag will be your body bag. Ha, neat. Archery target. In the original movie, the role of Brenda was played by Laurie Bartum. The audience is introduced to her character as she is moving a large archery target to the range. As she places the target on an easel, a foreshadowing arrow shot by prankster Ned whizzes by her. Late in the movie, Brenda is thrown through a window. As it happened, it was not Laurie Bartman who did the stunt, but Tom Savini who played the flying teen. Yeah, they weren't going to throw her through that window, man. Come on. Duck. Jason's relationship with Anna. Don't pick up a duck in the dungeon. We already know about this. Jason's relationship with animals is undefined. In part 2, Jeff and Sandra discover a dead dog. It is suspected that it is the work of the killer, although it's never confirmed. In part 7, Jason Takes Manhattan. Jason Takes Manhattan. The director instructed Kane Hodder, who plays Jason, to kick a dog. Hodder, however, refused, saying it wasn't in Jason's character. Jason wouldn't just kick the dog has to mess with Jason first. Then if the dog messes with Jason, the dog better watch out. Because then puppy will get kicked. Just saying. Bird. The jungle gym in the front of the Voorhees residence that Jason and protagonist Steve Freeman fight on is the same jungle gym Alfred Hitchcock used in 1963 for The Birds. Neat. Machete. In part 9, Jason Goes to Hell. It is Jason's right eye that shows machete damage as opposed to the left eye that is damaged at the end of part 4. Ilphonic and Gun Media corrected this for part 9 Jason in the game. The devs took a poll to see if the mistake should be retconned or let be. The verdict was that it should be fixed. Many at Gun, including Ronnie Hobbs, were still conflicted. There were some people that wanted it not to be fixed, but if we didn't, we couldn't live with ourselves. Machete. In every movie of Friday the 13th, the killer has used a machete. Yes, he has. Hand-operated weapons. Preferring manual weapons like axes, Jason has never used a chainsaw in the dispatching of his victims. A chainsaw was, however, used on Roy at the end of part 5. In the climactic barn scene, Pam, played by Melanie Kinnaman, fights off her attacker with a chainsaw, slicing his shoulder to the bone. Yeah, they went to work on him. Axe. To promote Jason Takes Manhattan, an axe-wielding Kane Hodder appeared on the Arsenio Hall show in full Jason regalia. Hodder didn't speak or break character throughout the entire interview. Credit to Arsenio Hall for pulling it off. Interesting. I do not remember that. Spear. Filming a Friday the 13th movie has always carried a certain amount of risk. Director Tom McLaughlin found this out the hard way when he cast his wife Nancy in part 6. Nancy played the role of Lisbeth, who Jason spears through the windshield of a Volkswagen Beetle. When it came time to film the shot, Nancy sat in the car as Jason rammed the spear through the vehicle. The windshield gave way, but changed the trajectory of the spear, nearly impaling Nancy. Oh, wow. That's not hot. Axe. Special effects artist Tom Savini came to the attention of Friday the 13th filmmakers from his work on the movie Dawn of the Dead. Of particular note was the visceral nature of his special effects and kills. It was a realism that was hard-won. Savini had been a combat photographer in Vietnam. and the special effects he created didn't give the same feeling. If the special effects he created didn't give the same feeling as what he remembered from war, they weren't good enough. Interesting. Okay, they didn't activate anything else over here. All right, here's more items. Spear, another one. Filming Friday the 13th movies has always carried a certain amount of risk. Director Tom McLaughlin found this. Okay, we already did that one. Wrench. Jason turned many implements into tools for murder. However, some of the most censored kills have been from unarmed combat. In Part 6, Sheriff Garris is bent backwards and broken in half. It was a bloodless kill, but nevertheless was one that the ratings board had the most trouble with, finding it too intense. Interesting. Pan. When it came to creating the kills for Friday the 13th, the game, Gun Media knew that they needed expertise, and who better than the man who helped create the slasher genre? So they bought on legendary practical effects guru Tom Savini. That's what I did in the Friday movies, said Savini. Creatively killed teenagers in the woods with household implements. It's a living, somebody has to do it. It's a living, somebody has to do it. Yeah, he made good money. I think we did this one on Pickaxe. Filming Friday the 13th can be a risky affair. During the final sequence of Part 2, Jenny, played by Amy Steele, is defending herself from the pickaxe-wielding killer. In one of the early takes, Steele, armed with a machete, sliced stuntman Steve, these last names, Fingers, sending him to the emergency room. Once he returned, filmed the remaining takes with a prosthetic covering his head. Oh, wow. That's crazy. All right, I think that's everything in there. It's everything in here, except for this bed. Like other movies in the series, Part 2 had a difficult time receiving an R rating from the Motion Picture Association of America. An X rating was only avoided once 48 seconds had been trimmed. One scene that raised the ire of censors particularly was the murder scene of Jeff and Sandra, impaled by a spear while having sex in a bed. Wow. I was going to say, yeah, that scene, like, they had to cut it too. Wow. John Paul satire, no exit. In one scene in Part 6, a group of campers are shown to be sleeping in a cabin. The camera pans over a little girl who has fallen asleep reading Jean-Paul Sartre's novel, No Exit. The novel is about three people spending eternity together in a small room and ends with the revelation, hell is other people. Quite an odd book for a child to be reading, wouldn't you say? 712, or is it 217? Jason Mask. There's something in there, but I can't get to it. Institute of Mental Health. That will be Tommy's. So all this would be his stuff. Horsey. Child's rocking horse. One differentiating element of Part 6 is that it is the only movie in the series to feature children at the camp. The decision was a purposeful choice on the part of director Tom McLaughlin to raise the stakes and set the audience at edge. Could have swore. Okay, I was going to say the bed did give me the option. Pillow talk. In Part 2, there was much discussion about how the killer should be clad. Ultimately, it was the costume designer who bought up the burlap pillowcase. The headpiece was chosen because it was an item that would have been readily available to the killer. Though it was never well liked by the production crew, it did serve a bridge to the hockey mask. All right, so that says coming soon. So pretty much that's it. Like, I think I've seen everything. Rough road. Game development. Game development can be a consuming and somewhat unique enterprise. Elphonic founder Chuck, that last name, described what it's like to be developing a slasher game in the conventional work environment. The funny thing is that we're in a high-rise building. We're riding the elevator with people who have no idea what we're talking about. Yeah, the pitchfork needs to go a little bit further for the for the eyeball to come out and hang, and the blood to be. And we turned around, and there are people huddled in the corner. That's kind of funny. If they don't know what they're talking about. No, not for real. Not for real. In a game. Not for real. We're not that crazy. All right, so I think that's it. So now I do have the option to go outside, but I get the feeling that going outside is a bad idea. Very, very bad idea. And it looks like I can't go out there. Ah, here we go. Kind of afraid to go out there. Automobiles of the films. From the Jeeps in the original movie to Megan's hot rod in Part 6, there have been many memorable automobiles in the films. In Part 5, Ethel's wild son, Junior, crazily rides a motorcycle before being decapitated with a meat cleaver. Without much of a budget, the director had the actor playing Junior, Ron Sloan, do the stunt himself. It required Sloan to ride a motorcycle recklessly through a forest with a $50,000 camera mounted to the handlebars, right? Like, just to let you know, going outside, bad idea. And I can't get outside.
What was the creepiest part about working on the game?
Oh, for sure, the phone calls.
Okay, sorry. That was great. Can you start over, but this time incorporate the question into your answer?
My bad, yeah. So the creepiest part about working on this game was I get these weird phone calls to my personal phone. We worked on the game for almost, I think it was about 3 years. And every single Friday the 13th, we would get these calls from someone. At first, I thought it was someone at the studio, Paul or Dan or something, but it had to be like an F-13 fanboy or something. They would use this voice distortion and claim to be Pamela warning us to honor the memory of her son. Sometimes they would just laugh into the phone and hang up, but most of the times they would just, complain about the game taking so long.
That doesn't sound that creepy.
It wasn't until one time I called the number back and heard this.
Spooky. Spooky. All right, so I think that's really it. I can't really go anywhere else. Star Lacan, a new beginning, 3rd edition. Jeff Bennett played the lovable nerd writer Eddie Mar Carlo, who runs a sci-fi premise by Tina. 30,000 years into the future, the entire galaxy is populated by highly evolved protozoa. Only one human being and his woman still exist among the stars. Star Lacan. The Necronomicon. While arming himself for his fight with Jason, Tommy Jarvis purchased his 3 books in Part 6, Jason Lives, 30 Years Among the Dead Are Alive, and A Manual of Occultism, written by Dr. Walter Gorn Old, under the nom de plume Cephariel. Each volume helpfully offers the reader a look into the stories, theory, and practice behind the supernatural and the occult. I see. So that's what that was always about.
Okay, so did you want to do an intro?
Okay, so that's just that.
Hello. Welcome to the Virtual Cabin. I'm Chuck Brengard, CEO of Ilphonic, and we are the developers behind Friday the 13th, the game, which you are currently playing now.
Is there anything you want to say to the fans?
Sure. I just want to say thanks for playing and supporting the game. Our fan base has been incredible. This project has exceeded even our wildest dreams, and that's because of all your continued and amazing support. So where are
Well, we did have that date.
the Virtual Cabin?
What was that
To
date?
be exact. The
Oh, I
Virtual
could look at
Cabin
this
was a way
now.
for our backers to check out new art assets and discover a few hidden Easter eggs as we were building the game. It was a really engaging way to show a sneak peek at what we were developing.
Wow.
So, why bring it back?
It was played by 4 different people in Part 2.
We went into researching the Friday the 13th films for the game, and we wanted to present a fun way to go behind the scenes and learn more about how the movies and the game were made. Consider this as an expanded virtual museum, a space where you can explore the lore of Friday the 13th and take it all in. Who knows? There might even be a few new Easter eggs to discover. If you go digging deep enough. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to sound so ominous.
Neat. Wow, that many people played Jason in just the first one? That's kind of crazy. Alright, so I guess that's it, but I know there's more. There's supposed to be more. Let's put that date in. Actually, let's see if this still works. It asks for a password, right? Check for updates. Unlock virtual cabin beta features. Yes, but then it asks for a password. Before this used to be the password. There was a moment where you had to put this in. Updated. Updated map. Added downstairs display room. Updated map. Ported searchable furniture from main branch. User interface. Added inventory functionality. Press triangle to activate. Controls added. Crouch functionality. Press circle to crouch. Restore phone, telephone. Oh, wow. That's different. Okay, so then... Okay, I couldn't do that before. And it says that I can interact with objects now. Okay. Okay. Okay, so... Oh, crap, I could take it. Oh. Oh. There we go. See, now this is new. Okay, I'm just... Okay. So I guess I should take all these now that I can. Okay. Can I take this too? There we go. Mask. For this movie, the special effects team led by Greg Nicotero went for a mutated disease look for Jason. The theory was that the hockey mask had been on Jason for so long that the skin had grown around it. The difficulty was that Kane Hodder couldn't take the mask off between takes. Oh. Hodder had to do the entire shoot and all the stunts by breathing his own exhaled air. That Sucks, dude. That's a trooper. Kane Hodder. Let's see if I can take the fire. Apparently I cannot. It's okay. Ah. It's in here. Star Mummy. Dead Air. From the creative mind of Eddie McCarlo. Star Mummy is the perspective title from would-be author Eddie McCarlo. Eddie, luckless, in love with fiction, is rejected by his crush Melissa. When Eddie finds out that he was just being used, he takes it in stride. Rejection. Fine. I can take it. I've been rejected from some of the finest fiction magazines in the continental United States. Star Mummy. Alright, let's take that. Okay. The point of it is kind of just to go around, and it looks like I could collect things now, but I know that there's more to it. I think you can unlock stuff for the regular game. I think you can unlock dances and like costumes, and like this is the way to unlock all that stuff, I believe. Oh, wow. Okay, it unlocked this room. Remember, this room was locked. Okay, so this room was locked before. Okay. All right, let's keep it moving. Okay, so in part 4, Judy Aronson plays Sam, the free-spirited teenager who was impaled while taking a late-night lounge on a raft. The special effects shot required Aronson to be submerged in a near-freezing lake for the entire shoot. This caused the actor to contract well, you think so? Ironically, Ted White, the actor playing Jason, came to her rescue, convincing the director to let her out of the frigid waters. You think so? Damn. Talk about a lawsuit. Yeah, let's just go ahead and just leave her in the damn water. So pretty much, I think that's all it is. Crow is just kind of just like a little adventure, just finding stuff, and then more trivia. And then, like I said, I think it unlocks things in the game. Okay. Can I go in here yet? Okay, no. No. Yeah, the missions are going to be after this. Nudity is one of the hallmarks of a Friday the 13th film. Principally, female nudity. Yes. In the 9th installment, The Final Friday, Adam Marcus subverted the expectation by including male nudity in roughly equal measure, including a scene which has been described by many as the homoerotic shaving scene. Actually, no, it's not very homoerotic. It's very nasty what happens in that scene. It's nasty. There's nothing homoerotic about it. There's nothing erotic about it. Can I get in here now? Ah. What's this all about? I could put that in my backpack. Oh, I could put things up here. No, take that back. Okay, so I could okay. So we need to find the things that go here. We should be able to find those now. Since I could pick things up, it looks like. Oh, bam. Potatoes, 5 count. Potato sack. Stuntman Steve Daskowitz played the burlap hooded Jason. The sack would flap during takes, obscuring Daskowitz's vision. So the crew used double-sided tape around his eye to keep the hood in place. Magnificent. Huh. Okay, it looks like I can't interact with that, but that's neat. So this is the bag. There's nothing. Just like the game. 3D glasses. When the 3D version of Friday the 13th came out on home video, it was released on VHS, Betamax, capacitance, electronic disc. I don't even remember what the hell those are. What were those? And laser disc. Now I know what that is, but what is a capacitance electronic disc? Later, a deluxe edition was released on Blu-ray that included the 3D version as well as a pair of blue and red 3D glasses designed to look like Jason's mask. That's neat. Okay, I'm going to run out of space. Eventually, I get the feeling. So I think I need to think about what I'm picking up. The Big Apple. From a watery start to a toxic end, Jason spent Friday the 13th 8. Jason Takes Manhattan covered in goo. According to Kane Hodder, they put slime on him in every single shot. He was wet the entire movie. Yeah, he kind of is. Interesting. So that's what those were. Yeah, I never saw those. Very interesting. Liquor. Fan favorite and fourth wall-breaking gravedigger, Martin, is bayoneted with a broken bottle of booze. His death, however, was not always written that way. Writer-director Tom McLaughlin originally wrote an epilogue to the movie where Martin encounters Jason's evil father, Elias, at the cemetery. Ultimately, the ending was scrapped. Producers felt that it would split the attention of the franchise. So, yep, this is not the first time that Elias Voorhees was mentioned. Matchbook. In the movie that used Jason's Destroyer as one of the working titles, the Friday the 13th formula was adjusted to give Jason a fair fight. Part of the new formula included a telekinetically gifted woman named Tina who evolved from what director John Bueller described as a Carrie clone. And we got 2 matches. Let's take those, shall we? Okay, we already know about that. Ashley. Okay. Okay, now I could probably take all this junk off the walls, but I don't think I need to. Thought I saw something here. Actress Dana Kimmel played the scarred but tenacious heroine, Chris Marguerite. Happy, however, played her stunt double. Okay, whoever that is. I'm going to leave that there for now. It's funny, those got mentioned. Hat Hole Home Video just picked some up and did a video about them. Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to have to check those out. Interesting. We haven't investigated fully this room, including this strange door. Oh, there's another dollhouse. Ladies. I am a snake and you have charmed me, no? Alright, I'm gonna have to put some of this stuff down. CED. Analog video disc playback system. Oh, wow. Interesting. Huh. The things you learn. Alright, we're gonna leave Snakey over there. We'll let him chill. Diorama display. A depiction of the final scene at Higgins Haven Barn. Stephen. Only 2 actors have appeared in both the film series and the TV series. John Shepard and John D. LeMay, who play Stephen. Both are named John and both improbably survive. Another Jason. There are over 100 licensed Friday the 13th products and toys. Together, they have grossed more than $125 million in revenue. Neat. And that looks like something goes there. Okay. Okay, so if we... Oh, there's a script. One of the more memorable characters in the series is a bounty hunter. Yep, Creighton Duke. And self-stylized cowboy Creighton Duke, played by Stephen Williams. The scene in Part 9 in which Duke breaks John D. LeMay's fingers in prison is director Adam Marcus's favorite scene in the movie. Yep, where he made him pay for everything. Are you ready to pay? Do you want to know what that is? Do you want to know what the answer to this question is? You're going to have to pay. How did he make him pay? He broke a finger. He broke a finger for every question he asked and every answer he had to give. It sucked for the guy getting his fingers broke. Screenwriter Todd Farmer makes a cameo in his own movie as the character Dallas. Luckily, they used a stuntman for the scene where Jason smashes Dallas into the wall. Unluckily, the stuntman who took the hit broke his nose. So that sucked. Yeah, you guys might want to run. Yeah, when she tried to take him, she tried to beat him up, and next thing you know, she turned around and he was... You guys might want to run, like now. After coming up with the name Friday the 13th, director Sean Cunningham determined what the new movie would be about. According to Cunningham, there was very little time to waste on conventional things like characters and plot. The next big decision was setting, and the answer was a summer camp. To promote this movie, Paramount had an advertising campaign with Jason slashing through the iconic I Love New York logo. It was later abandoned when New York City Tourism Committee filed a complaint. I remember that poster. I remember that poster being up. Okay, so we were supposed to recreate this scene. So... So I'm going to take that one because it wasn't that one. Him. And her. All right, that creates that iconic scene because he's dead there, and then she's getting ready to go after him. All right, so let's watch out for that snake now. Killer Axe. Saffron Henderson plays the role of J.J. Jarrett, the rocker who gets axed with her own pink guitar. To director Rob Hedden, the idea that a punk rocker would get her head bashed in by a flying V guitar was a no-brainer. Heh. Brain. Hammock. Many films in the series have had to cut material in order to avoid an X rating from the MPAA, and Part 3 was no exception. Andy's death originally showed his stomach being sliced open and his left leg cut off. Similarly, Edna, Vera, and Chili's death scenes were shortened. Debbie's hammock scene was also trimmed to spare the audience footage of her blood splattering. So what they're saying is the movies have been nerfed. Character traits. One lesson developers Friday the 13th the game learn is that sometimes the absence of a trait can be more interesting. In a PAX panel, Friday the 13th game consultant Adam Sessler unpacked it this way. If you think about a slasher film, you don't have 7 smart, talented, athletic counselors that are up against Jason. They all maybe have a benefit here and there, but on the whole, they kind of suck. And that's the part of the fun of the movie. One thing I've learned in the course of playing this game is when things goes wrong, it's actually more fun. Friendliness, sportsmanship, integrity, courage, self-reliance, tolerance. But then, when people complain enough, then of course you nerf the main character that the series is supposed to be about and turn it into what the game is now. So, That's a mask. Let's grab that bad boy. The wheelchair. One of the most popular kills in the series can be found in Friday the 13th Part 2. It involves the lovable wheelchair-bound jock Mark. Confined to the wheelchair by a motorcycle accident, Mark remains optimistic that he might walk again. Mark took a machete to the face, causing him to roll backwards down a long flight of stairs. It is a classic kill in the series, made even more notable that it is the first time Jason kills someone with his signature machete. Yes, it is. They were going to try and put that character in this game, too. Ah, there are some people outside. Sheriff's Badge. The part of Deputy Winslow, played by Jack Marks, the deputy drives through the forest before stumbling upon Jason's shack. Unfortunately, the actor Jack Marks never learned to drive. On the set, he was given a few driving lessons, but Marks found his moments behind the wheel the scariest of the entire film shoot. Wow. There's the battery. The part of Deputy Winslow was played by Jack Marks. The deputy drives through the forest before stumbling upon Jason's shack. Unfortunately, the actor, Jack Marks, never learned to drive. On set, he was given a few driving lessons. Okay. Nothing special about the car. A73AAA. Neat. Now we still got this snake over here. I'm going to see what Captain Hissy is up to in just a moment. All right, let's recreate this scene here. All right. Ah, magnificent. So the reason why I did it this way is because this scene is actually this is the correct scene. This is the correct scene. Kind of neat. Secret patch. I always said any of the films I did as Jason, I would always warn the actors. And they always thought it was kind of a joke. But I was very serious, saying, when it comes time for your death, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be comfortable. It's going to be a little rough. I'm not going to hurt you, but it's going to be a little rougher than you expect. And sometimes they were quite tentative about it. But then when they saw the final product, oh, I'm so glad you did it like that because it looks so much better. Kane Hodder, Friday the 13th, the game, Kickstarter video. Huh. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the next thing was the masks, right? Because I have masks. I got 2 of them. The other one is upstairs. I want to go up there, but first, I hope this damn snake doesn't bite me.
Sweet. Well, now you know the virtual cabin goes a little deeper than we let on. There are quite a few more like secrets left to discover. We hid some content in this cabin that will not be easy to unlock. You'll really have to think outside the box.
So like a puzzle game.
Think of this less like a puzzle game designed to get through in like an afternoon, and more like an experience for our community to get to know the movies better, or for the hardcore fans to test their knowledge. That might be too much to say, but we could always cut that out later, right?
Mm-hmm. And how will players know when they've uncovered all the secrets?
It should be pretty obvious.
Okay, then. So, wow, they got developed in 1964 and fell out of use in Wow. Wow, interesting. So that was actually technology that came before. All right, let's see if I could touch this snake. Snake. In the script for the original movie, it is the Prowler who puts the snake in the cabin. In the scene where the snake is beheaded, no special effects were used. Out of all the kills filmed in the series, the snake is the only one who really did die. That's jacked up. I was hoping I could rotate the snake. Random door. The red door. With a budget of just over $500,000, Sean Cunningham had little budget for expensive lighting rigs, resulting in very dark night shots. Making the best of the situation, Cunningham chose props and costumes that had bright colors. Even the doors were painted bright red. I heard that, man. You do what you have to do. Alright, so we've investigated all of that. I believe the mask that we needed, because we've got these up here. So that was 1, 2, and 3. There was one in here, wasn't there? And I couldn't duck down before, so I couldn't get in here to get it. This film marks the first of 4 times Kane Hodder would play the role of Jason Voorhees, a series record. Hodder's portrayal was met with wide acclaim, but it was not without cost. The veteran stuntman took a lot of abuse. He fell through a set of stairs, had an actual roof collapse on top of him, and was set on fire for what was then a Hollywood record. I forgot how long that was. I forgot how long he was on fire. But yeah, he was on fire. Teddy bear. After an epic battle in the Voorhees dining room, impeccably named bounty hunter Creighton Duke is killed by Jason with a bear hug. Yeah, it was kind of low rent. You're like, oh, so you're just gonna hug him to death? That's how you win? Slash does not agree. Alright, so I can finally look in here now. But before we look in here and investigate, let's go put these masks up because I'm running out of space in my backpacking. Okay. Oh, okay, so I can actually move these. Okay. Okay, so I got to put them in order of the movies. Okay. Okay. All right, so this one is going to be this one. So this will be this one. All right, so we want this one here. Okay. Okay. So that's 3. And then this one is 4. And then that's 5. And then let's see. Then let's see. This is okay, that's 8. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, then this is 9. The film featured a recasted Jason. The filmmakers discovered that the 6'3", 250-pound nightclub owner named C.J. Graham. Graham was part of a hypnotist stage show whereby a magician would put the audience members in a trance and ask them to imagine they were encountering Jason Voorhees. Graham would dress as Jason and scare them in the middle of the hypnosis. The production team was impressed and cast Graham as Jason for the movie. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we know that definitely this one is going to be the last one. So that's 9. There's a series record. The first of 4 times. Okay. So there's that one, and then okay, let's see. Okay, what's this one? One of the most emblematic moments of this movie was the scene. Okay, so this is part 8. Okay, so that stays there. Wait a minute, no. 8 comes here. Okay, so that's 8. Okay. Okay. Then we will go for this one. And then this leaves this one as the only one. Now, I'm not sure if that's all of them. Let's see. Corey Feldman was slated to reprise his role of Tommy Jarvis in this film. Unfortunately, being cast in 2 Spielberg movies led to scheduling conflicts. A compromise was reached in which the child actor would appear, but only in the opening sequence. Director Danny Steinman arranged for the crew to set up in Feldman's backyard. They put up extra bushes, had a rain machine, and wrapped the shoot in 2 hours. Oh wow! So he was supposed to be Tommy Jarvis in this one. Uh-oh. The hell? Ah. Every Jason model takes months to create and countless iterations. It's usually the mask that takes the longest, said Gun Media co-creator Wes Keltner. We can usually nail the face in 4 iterations. The mask, it's about a dozen before it's right. The holes have to be right, the chevrons have to be right, it's got to be perfect. Wow. All right, so we won the thing with the masks. Okay, so now we're off to collect some more things. Let's go ahead and let's see what's in here. Well, we already looked in here. There's nothing in here. Ah! Spin the rack. Shavar Ross played the character of Reggie, a prankster and one of the heroes of Part 5. In Reggie's introduction, he startles a troubled Tommy Jarvis with a rubber spider before professing that, where I come from, you learn to be scared of nothing. Reggie would make good on his boast. In the 3rd act, the killer is about to catch Pam when Reggie runs over him with a tractor. Oh, yes. Yes. This guy, he actually is a kid, the character they're referring to. And they were going to put him in this game, but people were saying, should you guys make him a kid or should he be an adult? Everyone was saying he should have been a kid. But, of course, they didn't get the time to put him in. But he was the next counselor slated to be in the game. It's a demon-looking bunny. Demon bunny. Alrighty. Okay. Alright, now I think I can go get that bandana. I can go get all that other stuff I left now. I should have space for it. Almost. All right, I think I'm out of space. Yep. Damn. Okay. All right, now we know what the podiums are for. Alrighty. Now. Forgot about you, didn't I? I was supposed to pick you up. I was supposed to pick you up before, but I didn't have room. Okay. where was there a podium in here? There we go. There's one over here. Okay. Ah, there's already one under here. Okay, never mind. We'll let that one stay. Okay. Okay. Get you here. Hope I'm putting these in all the right spots. I'm kind of trying to put them on in the areas where I find them. I found that yo-yo on the 3rd floor. So. Oh. Blue Cap. The song that plays during Crispin Glover's idiosyncratic dance is Lion's Love Is a Lie. However, during filming, it was AC/DC's Back in Black that was played on set. In an interview, Glover recounts the scene. That was the dance I came up with for it. They did not use Back in Black in the soundtrack. It was certainly an unusual way to dance to that piece of music, but the motions of the dance fit properly that the song, if it's correctly synced. Interesting. All right, let's take his hat. And so since we got all of that there, then wherever our podiums are down here. Okay, that I already put something here, so there's got to be another podium. Wasn't there another podium back here? There we go. Magnificent. Secret patch. The dev team studied every minor detail in the films, even the copies of VHS, to get the look and feel just right. At PAX West 2016, Elphonic CEO Chuck Brungart described their task this way. Animation-driven games are very hard to make, very complicated, because there might not be huge tech, but there's a ton of animation that goes in there. A lot of code that has to line up play. A lot of code that has to line up play the animation right to play the transition right to really, okay, wow. To really get the weight and feel, okay, there's a whole lot of just confusion in that sentence. Let's just pick this up and let's just keep it moving. Wow. All right. Okay. Now I'm out of space. So check this out. You remember when I was talking about we needed... Now you know exactly where these are going to go. Like once I started seeing these, I'm like, ah. And where is that other one at? Well, I think I have a good idea. Didn't it say something about a phone? Let's call this number. Five, 0, 6. Yes, this is what you call a rotary phone for all you youngins out there who have never seen such a thing. This is what we used to make phone calls on back in the day before you could carry a phone in your pocket.
Crystal Lake Police Department.
Help.
Hello?
Help.
Hello?
Huh. Well, was I supposed to speak? Okay, let's try again. Five, 0, 6, 1, 8.
Crystal Lake Police Department. Is anyone there?
All right, do I call again? Because it won't let me talk.
Crystal Lake Police Department. No, it's probably just Ralph again.
How many times do I have to dial this thing? Okay. Let's dial that other phone number. That's what I was trying to dial. I think it was that. You. I didn't know you could just go around.
Who is this? Where is my boy?
We call him Miss Voorhees. Wes Keltner. Never dreamed he'd get the phone call. Well, it makes sense. It was on that, so you called his mother. That's neat. He'd get the phone call that the Friday the 13th license would be granted to Gun Media. Nice. We sort of assumed we'd make Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp as this sort of homage, and then maybe later someone would give us a call, some big Hollywood type. But we never really weren't banking on that. It was just make the best slasher experience we can. Magnificent. All right. Now we've got our last item up for bid. I thought the phone rang. It did ring. Oh, it's in here. Ooh. Spooky. You guys ready to go down there? Ashley? Hold on. There's one more thing I was supposed to do. There was the date. That thing with the date. Let's switch that date, shall we? July. It was July 13th, wasn't it? July 13th, 1979. Let's reverse time, shall we? Cool. All right. Let's go answer the phone. Wow. The Jason Museum. Mother beheaded at Camp Crystal Lake. June 13, 19. So that's another one. In addition to decapitating Pamela Voorhees, Alice, played by Adrienne King, has the honor of being the one and only few characters who make an appearance in more than one Friday the 13th, albeit briefly. Yeah, very, very briefly.
Congratulations on completing the virtual cabin. In the future, we might update the space to reveal what's behind those two curtains. But for now, we just want to say thank you for playing and invite you to stay as long as you would like.
Neat. Friday the 13th. Okay, let's go in. Well, damn. We're not going to be able to go in sequence. It looks like. Well, here's part 2, Jason, for those who have never seen him. Friday the 13th Part 2 is the first film to feature Jason Voorhees as the killer. After surviving drowning and living alone in the woods for more than 20 years, Sackhead Jason emerges to exact revenge for the murder of his mother, Pamela Voorhees. Continuing his mother's mission to keep Crystal Lake closed, he decimates nearly every counselor at the Packanack Lodge Training Center. Only the aspiring child psychologist Jenny Field is able to outsmart and eventually defeat Jason. She puts on Pamela's sweater to trigger Jason, and then buries a machete deep in his shoulder. After the credits roll, one question remains. Where the hell is Paul? That's final chapter, so that's part 4. So then this would be part 3. After barely surviving his encounter with Jenny in part 2, Jason sets his sights on a new section of Crystal Lake, Higgins Haven. Part 3 was released in glorious 3D and is the first movie to feature Jason wearing the iconic hockey mask. After Jason murders nearly everyone in sight, heroine Chris Higgins knocks him unconscious with a shovel, hangs him, and finally takes a hatchet to his head to take him out. After August 13, 1982, a hockey mask would never look the same again. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter. Billed to be the end of the series, the final chapter delivers a thrilling resolution, if not an ending. Part 4 is perhaps the most notable for two things. The first one being Crispin Glover. His dance to woo one of the twins is one of the most, well, we already knew that. A more important note, the final chapter introduces to canon the mask-obsessed Tommy Jarvis, played by the burgeoning star Corey Feldman. By ingenuity or madness, Tommy dresses up as a young boy Jason in the final confrontation and delivers the mortal machete blow that would send Jason to his temporary grave. Yes, 4 was meant to be the end of the series. But then, where's he at? Oh, they don't even put him down here. Okay, so then there was part 5. Then they just skip part 5 and they just go straight to part 6. Pretty much part 5, we saw that when we looked at the mask. Jason lives. After a traumatic battle with Jason years earlier, a much older and very troubled Tommy Jarvis returns in Friday the 13th Part 6 to destroy Jason's body once and for all. Unfortunately, the plan fails, and Jason is inadvertently brought back to life, armed with the utility belt and a hunting knife and throwing darts. Undead Jason is able to gruesomely murder 18 people at Camp Forest Green before he is defeated and returned to the bottom of Crystal Lake. But for how long? Now, canonically, this game has jumped the shark so many times, but all the other Jasons, these guys over here, him, and him. So parts 2, 3, and 4 are considered living Jasons. They're Jason while he's still alive. This dude is Jason when he first is considered dead Jason. He's the first dead Jason. To be followed up by 7, The New Blood. Jason begins this film drowned and chained to the bottom of Crystal Lake. The telekinetic Tina Shepard, Part 7's final girl, mistakenly brings Jason back to life while having an emotional breakdown. Part 7 features several intense battle scenes, creatively brutal kills like the sleeping bag, and the memorable characters. But more importantly, this film makes the first time Kane Hodder would step into the role of Jason Voorhees. Kane's intimidating portrayal of Jason quickly propelled him into a fan favorite and ultimately allowed Kane to don the hockey mask for the next 3 films. Then, Jason Takes Manhattan, Part 8. Once again portrayed by Kane Hodder, this installment follows Jason as he tracks a new group of victims from Crystal Lake aboard the SS Lazarus to the bright lights of Manhattan. While only a tiny portion was actually filmed in Manhattan, that didn't stop Paramount from heavily promoting the New York angle. Jason even made a surprise visit on the Arsenio Hall show. We also saw future star Kelly Hu make her film debut. So yep, the Lazarus was also supposed to be put in game 2 as a map. Did not make it. Jason Goes to Hell, Friday the 13th, Part 9, the final Friday. No doubt the most divisive entry in the franchise, Jason Goes to Hell's decision to focus on the possession angle meant virtually no screen time for Jason himself. Still, the film had an array of brutal kills, a cool Jason design, and a demonic soundtrack created by Harry Manfredini. The other horror icon's cameo at the end was controversial, but it helped set the stage for the future movie showdown, and Tom Savini design Jason created exclusively for this game. And this is Jason in Hell. Savini's Jason was an exclusive reward for backers that supported the game early on. Special makeup effects guru Tom Savini created this Jason to reflect what Jason may have looked like after he returned from hell. Jason is badly wounded, deep gashes cover his body, and his skin is burned beyond recognition. Jason emerges from hell clutching a pitchfork he pried from the hands of Lucifer himself. Savini's concept is a terrifying, unforgettable take on the king of slashers. So that's our Savini Jason. And we don't know what's behind that. Now, where's that darn phone at? Nothing else to get, right?
You can bring him back, you know. There's always a way.
Ah. 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 Okay. Well then. How do you like them apples? How do you like them darn apples? Okay. All right, you guys, give me just a second. Okay, looks like this is all going good. Okay. All right, I'm hoping you guys can see everything. All right, so we made it that far. Awesome. All right. So, you would think that's it, right? Nope. Nope. Guess what? There's more. There is more. Uh-oh. Okay, I hope you guys are ready. Now I'm hoping that everything is going okay over here. All right, let's see. Okay. I'm not sure if my YouTube has just cratered or what. Crap. I can't see anything. Oh no. Hold on guys. Let me get this straight real fast. All right, I'm working on this. All right, let's try this again. Not sure what it is that happened. Every great now and then, this thing just decides it wants to just swipe left. It doesn't care what I want. All right. All right, let me see where we're at. I probably had all kinds of messages come through and everything else. Ah, there you go. Now I can see what you wrote. All right, Crow, sorry about that. Yeah, why is Monday going to suck? Okay. All right. Now I think I got everything set back up. Let's get back into action. All right. We want to change this. You go. Oh, wow. That sucks. Slash agree, dude. I'm sorry about that. That ain't sexy. Okay. Let's change this up first. So I think we have to set this every time. Uh-oh. Keep door closed.
You should have been watching him.
Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Scary. Oh, no. Oh no. He's here. Oh no. Okay, we're just gonna be careful. Oh no. Oh no. This ain't sexy. He's here. He's here. Jason Voorhees is here. He's here. Oh no. This ain't sexy. He's here. He wants bodies. I know, huh? I should probably run. Oh man. Oh man. Oh no. Okay, I haven't checked out all the scenes. Okay, he's gone, I think. Oh. Murders. There's no murders in there. Oh, wait a minute. Murder in the tub. Ooh. Ki ma ma ma. The killer's famous sound cue from the films was created by Harry Manfredini as a nod to the scene where Pamela says the line, "Killer mommy." He took He took the consonant sound K-I for the kill and the M-A for mommy and ran it through an echoplex to get the final cue. Kill her, mommy. Kill her. No place to run. She can't hide. Get her, mommy. Kill her. Okay, there's nothing else here. Uh-oh. Looks like nobody died out here yet. Ah. Shovel. The opening of part 6 has a frantic Tommy Jarvis digging up the rotting corpse of Jason. Harry Manfredini's musical score for this harrowing scene is entitled Coffins and Maggots and Worms. Oh my. Yeah, it's all that. Ooh. Okay, there's nothing else I could take here. All right. AJ Mason and Adam Palomino. The Friday the 13th dev team, as lightning strikes, Tony's forced to take up the shovel to defend himself, becoming Shovel Knight, right? He said, what a waste of nice boobies. I know, they just threw those boobies away. That's not hot. He is Shovel Knight. The Friday the 13th dev team created a cast of characters that captured the spirit of the film's mini cast. Inside the Unreal 4 engine, characters are referred to by their archetypes: jock, prep, nerd, flirt, bookworm, and rocker, to name a few. Wes Kelter spoke of the legal gray area and the difficulty in acquiring rights to the actors' likeliness at oh yeah, they probably couldn't get those rights. Oh, okay. So maybe this is something I get to work with later on. Ooh. Mechanics. There were quite a few ideas that the game developers tested and ultimately scrapped. In a panel about the game, developer Ronnie Hobbs described their initial thought on the car. Early on in development, we had this idea where Jason could do something to the car. The problem is, that's the first thing he does. If you know that you can break the car, Jason goes there immediately and breaks it. And then there are the physics involved. If you played our beta, you saw how funny the car physics were hilarious. The cars would end up on top of houses, in trees. They would go flying into outer space. Yes, they would. It was a good time. All right, and I do not have the key for that. Or the combo. So we'll come back for that later. Fox. In part 3, Gloria Charles played the memorable character Fox, who, along with her motorcycle gang, menaces Shelly and Vera at a local supermarket. Making a hasty exit, Shelly accidentally knocks over the gang's motorcycles and speeds off. In a scene that was never filmed, the biker gang gives chase. After lashing Shelly's car with chains, the chase was was to end with Shelly popping a champagne cork into Fox's face. Oh, wow. So, that never happened. The tent. Despite the darker material, the Friday the 13th series have been occasionally lauded for its morals. In an early scene of Part 9, two campers are having sex in a yellow tent. Not wanting to use protection, they throw their condoms out into the woods. Jason, alerted to their lovemaking, approaches the tent and steps on the unused condoms before murdering the couple. For this scene, the Wall Street Journal called the film a return to morality in cinema. Well then, we all know how that worked, don't we? That's funny. This is a big return to morality. We wholeheartedly believe in that. Alrighty.
So tell me about when you were making the game. Did you have any like weird glitches or strange bugs that you found?
Late in development, we had this bug. We swore it was like the spirit of Jason coming into the game or something. But sometimes during a match, these invisible holes would generate, and if you managed to fall through one, you'd end up in this weird, untextured area of the map. It was not like an area we physically created, but like made of bits of our assets. Eventually, you'd be shot up high into the air and killed by Jason in the sky. Luckily, we were able to get it out before CERT, but it was a tough one.
How were you able to find it?
We had this debug code that would show us the holes in the map. That helped us hunt them down.
What was the debug code?
You know, it's the same code everyone uses when they need to input a secret code in a video game. I mean, just remember back when we were kids.
It's probably better for legal that way.
Neat, neat, neat. Water effects. Pouring rain frequently drenches the last half of Friday the 13th film. Some actors have found the constant night shoots and rainy conditions a hardship. Some have found a silver lining. Melody Kinnaman was grateful when they turned on the rain because at least she looked good wet. I hope that wasn't Jason. All right. The boat. Can I put the boat in my backpack? Oh no, I can actually power the boat up. Okay. That's probably going to come into play a lot later. Ah. Here we go. Here we go. That's what we need. Canoe. In the famous end of Friday the 13th, Alex takes a canoe out on Crystal Lake. There, she has a rather startling encounter with a young seaweed-covered Jason Voorhees. If the special effects looked real, it's because they were. According to Ari Lehman, who played Kid Jason, Tom Savini dredged up a part of the pond to cover him with real muck and mire. Oh, wow. They're like, here you go, boy. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. It's just a couple of leeches. It's just a couple. They don't bite. They don't bite. We promise. All right. All right, it's probably a bad idea to go in the water. Oh, I can't even go in the water. Okay. So there we go. All right, we've got that taken care of. Okay. 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 Okay, let me see. Ooh, there's Jason's shack. Novorian Cemetery. Ooh. Let's go check out the cemetery, shall we? Pamela Voorhees, 1930 to 1979. Ah. Well, can I? There we go. Okay, damn it. There we go. Okay. And this is Jason's grave. Bucket. Stuntman John Hawk played the dead Jason who was dug up in the opening of Part 5. There were no special effects used in the scene of Jason in the grave. For the shot, Hawk laid in an open coffin as crew members with 5-gallon buckets dumped night crawlers on top of his face. Oh, wow. That sucks. Talk about some practical effects. Fence post. To find inspiration and break out of his own head, director Tom McLaughlin would go to cemeteries and other unusual places to write the script for Part 6, Jason Lives. Interesting. So essentially, gruesome. So we just kind of reenacted Part 6. Jason Lives. Secret patch. Which version of Jason should be canon? According to Wes Keltner, hardcore fans know they used 2 actors, that they had a fat Jason at the beginning that got fired, and they hired another guy to come in. Even the mask changed. During the shoot, the actor is always taking off the mask on and on in between shots. Their hands are dirty. They usually pick up by the nose to put it right on. So, as the film progresses, the bridge of the nose gets darker and darker as they film. So, if we're tasked with making the mask from Part 6, well, how dirty and dingy is the mask? Are we talking real 6 or real 2? We're not phoning it in. Some of this stuff they wrote on here is like, are you guys using English? All right. Darkness, everyone. Darkness is spreading. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. Machete. So we know we're on the right path. Our psychopath is definitely here. Yeah, we had to be careful in this, as you can be killed. All right. All right. Can't walk too far. All right, there's our arrow. Literally. Okay. I am lost. Ah. Wow. Okay. So. Okay, now. The ducks are here. So then do I go this way? Or do I go that way? We're about to find out. Wrong way. All right, so that's the wrong way. All right, so we want to go this way now. Okay, now I went back that way before. That wasn't the right way. How about this way? Nope. All right, that's not the right way. Eventually, we're going to get this right. At least the path doesn't change. But you do have to follow it. Okay, we didn't go that way. I tried to go that way. That's not it. Ah. There we go. Oh, do something about that. Ah. That's ugly and nasty. Secret Patch Muffin, the cute dog with the purple bow in part 2, seemingly encounters Jason Voorhees while exploring in the woods. Later that day, two counselors find the carcass of a dead dog that looks to be the beloved pup. But all is not lost. In a sequence near the end of the movie, Jenny and Paul hear the sound at the door. Is it Jason? The door opens to reveal Muffin. She's alive. As the dog scampers towards Jenny, Jason crashes in through the window and grabs a terrified Jenny in slow motion. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Muffin. All right. Okay. No, Muffin's sexy owner did not survive. Oh, damn. Jason has massacred everyone out here, too. Okay. I'm remembering the numbers that I saw earlier, which were on the backs of the script and a couple of other papers. There were these blue numbers. I think this was them. Let's see. Oh. Sure. In the denouncement of part 2, the protagonist Jenny is being chased by Jason when she stumbles upon his shack in the woods. Barricading herself inside, Jenny finds a shrine to Pamela Voorhees, complete with candles, her gnarled sweater, and decapitated head played by actress Connie Hogan. In the ending that was ultimately scrapped, Pamela's head was to come to life and wink at the camera. Wink and the camera. I just want you guys to make sure to know that yes, this stuff is messed up.
Come home to mommy, Jason. You know the way.
Yes, I do. Yes, mommy. Now, I think we're going to go up here. Now, I would go over there, but I'm scared to go over there because I'm wondering if I walk off the beaten path if Jason will kill me. So we can't have that. That's too dangerous. Ah, we've been here before. Ah.
I'm home. You did good.
Mother's head. Gun Media wanted to bring in the original Pamela Voorhees actor Betsy Palmer for the game. Sadly, the legend passed before they could approach her. Wow, that would have been cool to get her to play the voice. Don't stop, Jason. Get them! Okay. Alrighty. Let's get the heck out of here. In part 3, Shelly and Vera, two of the protagonists vacationing at Crystal Lake, get into a confrontation with a biker gang at a convenience store. In retaliation, the gang follows the two back to Crystal Lake with the intention of getting revenge. The bikers, Allie, Fox, and Loco, siphon gas from the car in order to burn down the barn, but are ultimately foiled when they encounter Jason. It's not revealed how Loco got his nickname. However, it seems appropriate given the character is smoking a cigarette while siphoning gas. We're just going to call him Nut Bucket. Oh. They will not be joining us for the bonus round. Let's get the hell out of here. Alright then, man. Good night. Thanks very much for rolling with me. Ashley, if you want to stay, we got just a little bit more to go. I'm not sure how much longer, but just a little bit more. There's help. Don't leave me, Crow. You can't. Not after that. You can't leave me. Please stay. Virtual cabin completed again. Awesome. All right. We're still not done. As I said, we get to go in one more time. Is there a virtual cabin? We're back. All right. Hello, Dinosaur Gaming. Welcome to the stream. I think I did this wrong. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Okay. Hope you're doing well tonight. All right. Alrighty. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think I still did it wrong. Okay, I think I still did it wrong. Let's try it again. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Alrighty. Like when you go in this last time, a neat thing that you do is when it's loading, enter the Konami code. Don't ask me how I learned this. It's just information that just came across to me. But somebody told me you enter the Konami code on the third time, and that's what gives you what you need to do. Okay. Okay, so... Okay, that's not it. Okay, so then... Alright, there's the snake. The snake is still here. Now, how do you... Because you do that, select program. Ah, neat. New game plus. Lights nerfed. Okay. I don't want to reset the virtual cabin. And I don't want to change the date. Okay, but there's nothing extra that I could do. Huh. Okay, well, let's hope that I did this right. All of our dead people from the previous mission. Okay, so wow, what do I do then? Okay. Ah, one of the Jasons got out. That ain't cool. Ah, Kid Jason. There he is. Friday the 13th, the original. The murderous history of Camp Crystal Lake and the local warnings do not deter the new counselors from setting up a summer camp one by one. The counselors are stalked and slaughtered by a merciless and mysterious killer, Pamela Voorhees. She is on a rampage to avenge the death of her son, Jason, who drowned in the lake because irresponsible and promiscuous counselors were not supervising him. The film ends with one of the most memorable stingers in cinematic history. Yep, and we just witnessed that. So that was the Jason that was covered up before. So now we've got part one Jason, but now there's a part, this Jason wandering around. Okay, I did something wrong. Alrighty. Interesting. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. 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 I did something wrong. Yeah. I did something wrong. Alright. Try this again. Alright, I'm just trying to get this last thing. I made it all the way to the end. Let's try this again. Okay, so did it automatically put the code in for me? Okay, so then I don't... Okay. Let's try this again. Oh, good Lord. I'm messing this up. You guys can tell I haven't done this ever before. Let's see, because that time I didn't even have to put the code in. It just took it. Wow, whoever thought this virtual cabin was going to take this long? But that's okay. We discovered some things in this. Okay, so it just did it. Virtual cabin debug. Okay, so I didn't even have to put the code in that time. It just did it itself. Okay, so then I thought I knew where to go. Huh. Okay, interesting. Because it says debug mode, but
Congratulations on completing the virtual cabin. In the future, we might update this space to reveal what's behind those two curtains. But for now, we just want to say thank you for playing and invite you to stay as long as you would like.
interesting. Okay, whatever this is, I'm not doing it right. Because they're supposed to be, when you send it into debug mode, it's supposed to give you the ability to do some things. But for whatever reason, it's not giving me the ability to do that. Because it's... Okay, let's try this again. Because this is the only way you beat this thing. See, it says launch and debug, then it just throws me in here. Okay. Alright, it won't let me change the settings. Okay. Okay. Hope I did that right. This is interesting. I might just have to call it here if this won't work. Okay, so it puts me here. But it won't. See. Okay, there's supposed to be a debug menu. Wow. Okay. I don't know what to do. Okay, here's where everybody is dead, but... Did I not look at everything? Like, this is odd. Like, I thought I did everything. Like, I can't mess with any menu or anything like that. It won't let me mess with this. I can't mess with anything else over here. Okay, I have no idea what to do, so I may just have to leave. Like, wow, I don't know what to do. Okay, so I guess I just have to keep doing what I was doing until I actually get the menu to appear. So let's just keep doing that, I guess. Boy, this is just odd. Huh. Okay, let's try it again. Because it says entering debug mode, but then it won't give me the menu. Wow. Okay, I guess I still didn't do it right. All right. Okay, I may just have to end it here and then go see what it is that I'm doing wrong. Because this isn't supposed to happen. Like, this isn't supposed to happen. Let me figure this out. I apologize, you all. Give me one moment. Find out what the heck I'm doing wrong. Huh. Huh. There we go. There we go. All right, we figured it out. All I literally had to do, like, it's so weird how it tells you to put this code in. Because it tells you to put it in while the thing is loading. That's what you'd think. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So I think we got this right now. Interesting. See, now that's what we wanted. Supposed to just hear some really odd things happening. And you could kind of just mess with stuff too. Reset the level, turn stuff off. Pretty much we turn this strangeness on. Okay. Whoa. Interesting. There's someone's head.
We spent a lot of time tuning the game to make sure it was fun to play as a counselor, and we knew we had it when... Funny guys, hilarious. How long have you been waiting to play that for? Anyways, we finally... Oh, shit. Kane, that's dope. You got me. Oh, careful, bro. Your knife is dripping on the...
Oh my god, he's stabbing me.
He didn't get to join us for the bonus round. How do you take these? Oh, you just walk it. Ooh. Oops. Oh, wow. Whoa. Everything's all tweaked out. Everything's all tweaked out. It's kind of neat. That still doesn't open. Oh. Ooh. Chuck Bernhardt, Elphonic CEO. One of the big adjustments was integrating the UE 4.11 update. It added a lot of hair shaders, updated hair technology that they applied to the counselors to get their hair looking nice. There were a lot of animation updates, especially Glarg murdered. Huh. Okay. Huh. That room is suddenly normal now. But everything is all trippy and glitchy out here. Even the music is all messed up. She's alive, then dead. She should be alive and dead too. Uh-oh. Oh, wait a minute. Interesting. Nan, a secret patch. Question mark, a secret patch. A secret patch. Ooh. Oh boy. Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh wow, is this the Grendel? Oh wow, is this the Grendel that they never put in the game that's technically in the game but it's just locked? Interesting. Hard light holographic simulation unit. Though many players find certain twisted enjoyment in being Jason, the developers did discover a limit. We went down the virtual reality road for a minute, said Ronnie Hobbs in PAX panel. there was something cool about Jason being in VR, but I don't think the world is ready for that. Oh yeah, yeah it is. Bring it on. That would be awesome to play this in virtual reality. Oh, this would be awesome. But they got to get virtual reality straight first. Oh, wow. So this would have been the Grendel map. The Grendel. The Grendel is the name of the ship that Jason is taken aboard before reawakening. It is also the name of the monster in the Old English poem Beowulf. In that poem, Grendel, activated by the sounds of revelry, attacks the Great Hall, killing many men before being mortally wounded by the hero. Grendel's mother, angry at her son's death, seeks revenge. Ultimately, Beowulf tracks the vengeful matron to her warren at the bottom of the lake, slicing off her head, and then the head of Grendel's corpse resting in its watery grave. Sound familiar? Interesting. Okay. Ah, there we go. Oh, there he is. There he is. The final Jason who was supposed to be put in the game, man. That's Jason X. That's the closest some of us will ever get to seeing him. Unless you play this on PC, there's no way to unlock him on PS4. I've always thought that sucked. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the virtual cabin. And I didn't know that that was going to take as long as it took. So now, this just officially became a two-parter. Because I'm going to have to go ahead and end the show here for tonight. So we did go through the virtual cabin. We completed that. Found out all the tricks. So for those of you who need to know, when you get to that third loop, because it's each time it's a different loop. When you get to that third loop and it tells you that the debug is activated, do the Konami code while you're actually in the stage. Up, up. If you're on PlayStation, it's up, up, down, down, left, right, circle, X. And then it'll bring up the debug menu. So you have to wait until you're in the level to do that. Just a note. So you don't do like me and like waste 15, 20 minutes trying to figure the shit out. Excuse my language. But all right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. And tomorrow night, we're going to pick up with the challenges. So virtual cabin out of the way, Friday the 13th knowledge and information all out of the way. It'll be time to get down to the story. So if you guys did like what you guys saw, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And if you really like what you saw, please go ahead and hit that bell and hit that subscribe button. We'd really love to have you. And like I said, hit that bell so that you will know when we go live or when we upload something, because sometimes we upload and we don't go live. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and stop this here, and we're going to pick up tomorrow, hopefully, same bat station. Well, should I say same Jason station, same Jason time, about 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. If no one else is streaming. If someone else decides they want to stream, then I may let them go ahead. I'm probably going to let them go ahead and go, or we'll figure it out. Anyway, plan is tomorrow we'll pick up with challenges. So, I am Paper Zombie. Thank you all for coming by and checking this out. Thank you all for hanging out in the chat. Thank you all for just saying hi. We appreciate it. Without you guys, without people here to watch, we are nothing. So, this shout out is to all of you, our subscribers, and to all of those who are not our subscribers, but watch anyway. I've been Paper Zombie. We're going to pick this up tomorrow. Jason lives, and Jason will continue. See ya. You guys have a good night.